What's going on, Mike Whaley? So this is the new computer, the one that that Red Light sent to me, and I got it plugged in, and everything seems to be working. So I thought I'd fire up a stream and test it and see if it's working as intended. How are you doing today, Mike? Roy Holly, what's going on, man? You and John, huh? Neither one of you are here now. All right. John always does that I'm not here thing too. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, this is the new machine, and I'm trying out Streamlabs for the first time. I still got a lot of stuff to set up, but I downloaded Blender. This is the first time I'm running it. I guess we'll find out how it does. Pops right up. Pops up fast too. Nice. All right. So we have Blender and runs nice and smooth. Aha. Okay. So yeah, this is all new stuff, new to me anyway, new computer, but the like using Streamlabs instead of using OBS Studio, and so it's the first time I've tried that. I still have a bunch of stuff to set up as far as that goes. More software to install, and I gotta transfer a bunch of files over from the old computer, but I currently have them both set up and both running on at the same time on the same desk. So my my desk looks like one of those bad hacker movies from the 90s, because there's 2 keyboards, 2 mice, 4 monitors all hooked up. I guess, to be fair, 3 monitors and a television, because right now I'm using a TV as a monitor. Little 19-inch TV that normally sits over there by the guest bed. But everything seems to be working. I'm excited about that. Haha, Walter, what's going on, man? So this is the new computer that that Red Light sent, and yeah, it's doing great. You know, fired right up and boots super fast, crazy fast, a lot faster than I'm used to anyway. A 500 gigabyte hard drive, AMD A6 processor. Yeah, 8 gigs of RAM, 64-bit operating system. Everything seems to be going good. I mean, it's working great. I downloaded and installed Blender, and let's see here. Yeah, it's an AMD A6 6400K APU with Radeon HD graphics built in. But I'm running both displays right now off of the graphics card, which I'm going to go to see what graphics card it has. Well, when I hit Windows and the I key, and I go to System, it says 8 gigs. But that's all I had on the other machine too. So, you know, I'm still better off than I was. Faster processor and all, and 64-bit operating system. Let's see, where is the display adapter? It's a NVIDIA GeForce 8500 GT. So I wasn't sure what I still don't know what the specs are on that. I gotta look that up. NVIDIA GeForce 8500 GT. Yeah, it's well, I mean, it's way faster graphics wise than what I had. See here, 256 meg of video RAM, 128-bit graphics card. Says it's SLI supported, so I guess if I found a second one, I could run them in SLI. All right, well, where did I leave off? Where's, oh, there it is. So yeah, this was just mainly to fire up a stream and make sure this thing was set up right to do so. I'm going to keep my old PC running, and I'm going to set it up to be specifically for my wife to do her schoolwork on and my son to play around on. Yeah, everything seems to be going well. Like I said, I just installed Blender. I don't have any of my files over here or anything, but so yeah, Blender is still set where the default is the left click moves the 3D cursor. So I need to go into user preferences, input. So anybody downloading Blender, I recommend this be the first thing you do. User preferences, go to input, and oh, there it is. Select with left, because by default Blender selects with right. So change it to select with left. Save user settings. So now it's the right mouse button moves the 3D cursor instead of the left, and the left selects stuff. So yeah, there we go. Cool. I still have to move over all my models that I've designed so far, and I've still got to install some of my other software that I use. And now I guess I can install and use newer slicers. I'm not limited to Cura 2.3 anymore. Uh, 4 extrusions are going to take 40 hours. Wow. And that thing prints fast, man. So, I mean, if it's going to take 40 hours at the speed that that thing prints, those are significant things. $120 millimeters a second. Yeah, that's fast. Because my, I think I print with my X1 at 50 millimeters a second. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm using Microsoft Edge, and I don't like Microsoft Edge. I haven't installed anything else yet. And it's being quirky and weird. Microsoft Edge is. Yeah, for some reason Microsoft Edge has this funky little new tab thing is stuck, like floating in the middle of my screen, and it stays on top of everything, and I can't close it because if I close it, it'll also kill my chat window and stream and all that. So Cura 3.3.1. Huh. Download. I'll be using Cura for personal projects. TL smoothers, yay! My old computer, the memory fan, keeps finding a way to kick back on, and when it does, it sounds like crud, and then it'll squeak every once in a while and grind to a halt. So I'm installing Cura 3.3.1, moving up from 2.3.1. Now, do you have to do soldering when you install TL smoothers? Is there soldering involved in that? John Mack, what's going on, man? It might be because I'm downloading Cura. It's probably because I'm downloading Cura. Yes, John Mack, this is the new computer. Hence trying my hand at Streamlabs instead of OBS Studio for the first time, because I couldn't run Streamlabs before because it's 64-bit. Rover, what's going on, man? Oh, it was waiting for me to do something and I wasn't doing it. Installing Cura. Okay. A new web browser. Which one? Is that right? We got 5 people watching right now? Cool. Just watching me test the streaming capabilities of the new computer while downloading and installing Cura and everything else. Yeah, I was flipping through some of those, the pre-made templates, but all the ones that I was seeing were more set up towards gaming. I'm sure there's others in there, but I went through the first like 6 pages and they were all set up to primarily show a video game with your picture down in the corner. And I'm like, I'm not using this for gaming. Or doesn't even make sense. Adafruit Industries, Common LPT. Hey. Arduino USB drivers. I don't remember Cura going through all this stuff last time I installed it. It might be, Roy, because I'm downloading and installing stuff while streaming, so that's probably a bad idea. That's a good question. Oh, crap. Okay, no. Well, they don't have a profile for Tronchi. set that up later. Just minimize that for now. See, for some reason, the Edge left this in the middle of this screen for some reason. A little new tab thing just like floating there. And it's stuck on top of everything, and I can't close Edge, which I think is the only way to get rid of it, is to completely force close Edge. And but I can't because right now it's tied into my YouTube and chat and all that, so I'll have to wait till the stream's over. Let's see. You were asking about OBJ files. When I go to import, is it among the list? It is. Yeah, see? Right there. Wavefront OBJ. Yeah, it takes, you can import DAE, ABC, 3DS, which is from 3D Studio, 3ds Max, FBX, BVH motion capture files, Stanford PLY, Wavefront OBJ, X3D WRL, STL, and SVG. Yeah, if I go to Task Manager and in Task Mode, won't that affect my stream since Streamlabs is connected to YouTube right now and my chat and all that? I mean, isn't Streamlabs working hand in hand with the browser right now? Or no? Is it working independently of the browser? And Edge did that when I drug a window from one monitor to the other, and when I dropped the window off over here, it never opened the window. Instead, it just left this thing. Yeah, I plan to download a different browser. This is just the only one that was on here when I fired it up. I literally just when I started the stream, I just got everything plugged in, turned on, downloaded Blender and Streamlabs, and just quickly set up a basic Streamlabs stream. Just got a webcam close up with the chat, and then the screen share with chat, basically. I'll get the rest of it all dialed in later. Let's see if it, which that worked. Let's see if it, well, the notification popped up, but I guess maybe I needed to have been on this screen when it came in for the little tip jar thing to work. I don't know, maybe not. Because I only have the tip jar set up. Oh yeah, I know. Edge, basically any of the Microsoft browsers have been awful over the years. Probably first thing I'll do after I get off the stream is go install a different browser. And I got to install my, I use Thunderbird for my mail. I got to go and download and install Thunderbird and everything else too. So I still got a lot of stuff to download and install. Hey, Don. I wonder. Nope, even refreshing the screen doesn't get rid of it. I thought maybe it was just somehow stuck. Oh, you guys. There it is. The money dropping in the tip jar. Oh, is James's stream, is his part almost done? I go in there and check in on it every once in a while. It was so painful watching it the other night, the one that failed when that corner was curling up. Yeah, the tip jar worked. When I was setting up the Streamlabs thing, it's like, this is an essential item. You must have it. I'm like, I'll give it a try. What the heck? So I was talking to Skalda the other day, and after I get the CR10, I am going to do a big modification to the X1. All right, thanks, Walter. Appreciate it, man. Get some rest. Yeah, I seen in his chat where he said it was a bad thermistor on his CR10. But when I get my CR10 here in, I guess, probably a couple weeks, I don't know. I got to check with him to see how progress is going. He says he's got to fix his van before he can come meet me. And I guess the engine went out in it. He said he needed a couple weeks to get a new engine put in. So when he gets his new engine put in, then we'll drive and meet each other halfway, and I'll get to buy the CR10 off of him. But when I get that, I'm going to modify the X1, and because I don't want to take apart my only functioning printer, and there's a part that I will need the CR10 to print for the upgrade. But I'm going to double the y-axis on the X1. So I'm going to go from a 150 millimeter on the y-axis to 300 millimeters on the y-axis. So then it'll be 150 wide, 300 in length, and then 150 in the Z. And won't have to do any modifications to the wiring or anything like that. Well, the only modification I've seen from the research I've done on it so far is I will have to unwrap the wires that go to the Y motor and the Y end stop, just so they can split out from the others, and then wrap them together separately from the others. But there's enough length to do it. I watched another guy's video in which he had modified his. Now I want to do the carriage plate on mine differently than he did his, because he just mounted a he mounted a 400 millimeter piece of acrylic onto the stock X1 Y carriage. So it still had the 4 leveling points, but 150 millimeters had these 4 little leveling points on a 400 millimeter long carriage. So I'm going to my plan is to double up the carriage and print a double length version of the carriage on the CR10 that will have 6 leveling screws. So you'll be able to level it in 6 spots, and you'll have the 2 spots will be much closer to the ends of the carriage, and then 2 in the middle of the carriage. And I figured out all I need for the upgrade is I need to order from like Open Builds a 500 millimeter long 2040 V-slot extrusion, and then I need I'm going to have more V wheels on the carriage than what the Tronxy does stock. Stock it only has 3. I think I'm going to set it up to run 4 because I think that'll make it smoother moving back and forth on the axis. So I'm going to set it up to run 4 wheels on a carriage that has 6 leveling points and is 300 millimeters in length. And then all I have to do is hook the Tronxy up. Well, and I'll have to get the build surface, which will just be, since there's no heated bed or anything, will just be a 6-inch by 12-inch long piece of acrylic that is 1/4 inch thick. And then I will get I'm thinking about getting a like one of those TH3D the build surface, like build tech surface type things from him, and then I'll just be able to cut it in half and use half of one to be a build surface on the acrylic. So anyway, I made a list, and all the parts I'm looking at, $50-60 worth of parts to double the Y axis on the X1. And the reason I'm going to do that is because if I would have had double the length in any one direction on the X1, I would have been able to have printed almost all the pieces of the truck that I printed in one print instead of breaking things up into 4 pieces and some of them in 6 pieces. So if I could have doubled that that length, I'd have been able to print all those pieces as one piece. So it'll improve the functionality as far as printing out my models are concerned. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up so I can get back to downloading and installing stuff. We got a long way to go. But thanks, guys, for stopping in and helping to make sure that this thing's working. And John Mack and Walter, I know Walter already took off, but John Mack and Walter, come back and watch this later, for testing the tip jar. It works. It's cool. I'm used to looking at a tip jar for my living, so it's awesome to see that it works. The notifications work, and so yeah, I've been wanting to use Streamlabs since I started streaming, and I couldn't do Streamlabs because previously I had the 32-bit operating system, but now on this new computer with the 64-bit operating system, I'm able to use Streamlabs, and I'm able to use a newer version of Cura, which I'll have to wait and see. The jury will still be out whether that will make any difference as far as my prints go, but we'll see. And yeah, awesome. So again, if a red light pops in to watch this later, thank you, man. Thank you. This is all, possible because of you. And so, anyway, we're gonna make this happen, and we're gonna do some cool stuff. I'm gonna get back to installing and setting stuff up and moving files over and all that. And but I just wanted to update you guys with where we're at. I will check that out, River. I will check that out. All right. Thank you, guys, and appreciate you hanging with me today and stopping in. And we will see you in the next one. If I can figure out where to stop the stream at. It's not showing on my screen. I think my window was missized when I moved it. There it is. There's the end stream button. It was hanging off the bottom of the screen. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping in, and we'll see you next time.